All right. Are we ready for story time?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So, you have traveled this path from the graveyard for less than an hour. Oddly, it suddenly opens into a wide clearing, a field with blue sky above. Maybe the darkness before was just your imagination, or just because of how dense and tall the trees were. Either way, it's a beautiful day in this field. And in my head, I see it as like the size of Vista Hills, where we went and played disc golf. It's about that size. It's a big open clearing, okay? But it's flat. It's not hilly like Vista Hills. And the field is surrounded on all sides by trees, and the path continues straight through the middle of it to the trees on the opposite end of this big open field. As you keep following the path, it becomes clearer and clearer that the trees that you're headed for are more like a wall, a couple 100 feet across. A straight row of trees that are growing no more than a foot away from each other. Okay? The canopy above is a massive tangle of branches and leaves. You can hardly tell the top of one tree from another. So you got this wide open field surrounded by forest, and it just abruptly ends in this wall of trees. It has to be impossible, and yet there it is in front of you. There is one opening in this wall of trees, like a doorway. And man, as I think about this in my mind, these are like really tall trees, okay? So you got like these dense trees, and then there's this opening. It's like some great, maybe 5 feet wide, just this huge kind of tunnel through there. And you can see that it does extend a little ways in there like a hallway. And that it's very dark in there, with rays of sunshine like knives piercing the darkness. Okay? You therefore, because it's so dark, can't tell how deep this opening goes. You have obviously arrived at the deep forest maze that Gwilwillithel told you about. You remember the warning she gave you that all the horrors of this forest would manifest to torment you. So you come to the wall of trees. You stand there a moment outside, taking a moment before you enter. Anybody?
Can we see to the end of the corridor? To the end?
Nope.
I mean,
no, it just gets really dark in there. So you don't know. I mean, you can see, 20, 30 feet. But you can't tell. I mean, for all you know, this is just a straight line that goes through an immense forest. But she warned you it would be a maze, so you know that there will be turns in there. Any questions, bathroom breaks, drink refills, or anything? Bud, do you want a straw?
no.
All right, so y'all ready to enter the maze? Well, you enter the maze and it gets dark all around you very quickly. You walk your
Do
20.
we need lights?
No, we're gonna. You guys both have night vision anyway, right? Because you're both elves, or at least half elves. So you can
We
see
have
pretty.
elf vision.
Right, so you can see pretty well in the dark anyway. So you get in 20, 30, 40 feet. You haven't made it very far. But it's definitely very dark very quickly. And you can see that coming up, you can barely make out that, okay, there's going to be a dead end and it's going to turn. You're thinking for a minute that you could easily lose your direction in here. But you see that there is a light above, that as you walk, you can make it out through the openings in the canopy. Is it the moon? I mean, that's what it looks like. But it can't be. The sun is still out. You were just standing in bright daylight, and yet the light is just so confusing in here. And you do see this bright light up there, but it's got that kind of bluish, whitish thing to it, where you're not just staring into the sun, With the light above, no matter what it is, you feel confident that you won't become hopelessly lost in here. You can kind of always navigate your way by it. And sorry guys, that was the best way I could figure out to make sure that you guys couldn't get absolutely lost. So we just got this mystery light up there, okay? But again, you've got every, well, I shouldn't say every reason to believe that it's not the moon, because, I mean, again, you do have every reason to believe it's not the moon, because it's bright sunlight right out here in this field. But whatever it is, you feel confident you won't become hopelessly lost. You see something orange on the ground. 2 of them, actually. And they appear to be buckets. But not like any buckets you're familiar with. They're made of a translucent material you've never seen before, and they're obviously supposed to look like jack-o'-lanterns. But they're open at the top. They're buckets, jack-o'-lantern buckets. They're orange with black triangles for eyes and noses and black toothy mouths. You want to pick them up, I assume.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I was envisioning.
Yeah. So.
Mary Jane's.
Yeah. So you got a big lollipop, but you also got a set of wax lips, and you got those black and orange things.
Well, I
right?
won't be eating them.
Yeah. And Noggle Noggins, you got what?
I got a small paper sack filled with candy corn, a candy necklace, and a full-size Snickers.
A full-size Snickers bar?
Wow.
Oh man, none of this fun-size stuff. You got the real thing.
Don't eat it. It might be poison.
No.
You may not be hungry for too long then with that.
All right. So hopefully you guys will find more things to put in your buckets, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So now that you have your trick-or-treat buckets in your hands, what?
Nothing.
What? You begin into the forest. Into the forest maze, I'm sorry. So you walk along.
Oh, and he's dressed like a big teddy bear, and I'm dressed as a clown.
We should have recapped that, yes. That's very important to be thinking about. So yes, let's remember that, yeah, you look like a big cute teddy bear that's armed to the teeth. And,
big red bow.
And you look like a silly birthday clown that is also armed to the teeth. But now you got your costumes, and you got your trick-or-treat buckets. You ready to have some fun? Yeah. All right. So, as you keep on walking, yes, you do come to a dead end. And by the way, I want to say again, we don't know how this maze thing is going to work out. We've never tried a maze, so we'll just have to see how it goes. You walk along, you do come to a dead end, and you can go either left or right.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with him. We'll go right.
As you turn the corner, you see 2 snarling werewolves.
Oh, dear.
So, the dollar store sells their little cheap Halloween Village things. And they've got all kinds of little monsters and zombies and mummies, and we buy quite a bit of it every year. And, you know, Tara built her Halloween Village over there. So what I've done is I've taken all these Halloween Village figurines and written up stats and all of that for them so that we can use actual figurines for this particular game. And we could say, how about we say he was incinerated? Okay, that fireball hit him and he just turned into ash and little werewolf bits all over the place. Okay?
Okay. Woohoo, dinner.
So you guys have
Roasted
successfully
Are they sterile?
defeated right? You guys have successfully defeated 2 werewolves. Oh, I took them before you could search the bodies, but I assume you want to search
Yes, we
the
want
one
to
body
search
and
the
what's
bodies.
left of the body. So why don't you search the body that's intact? And Noggle Noggins, you can go picking through the werewolf bits and ash and see if anything survived, okay? So, let's see here. We have got...
Pretty impressive.
I got a fun-size 3 musketeers.
Ooh, those are good.
Fun-size Butterfinger.
Uh-huh.
A small box of raisins.
Aw, don't you hate it when people give raisins? What a boring Halloween
Yeah.
treat. So,
I got Butterfinger.
yeah, no,
Fun-size
Butterfingers, those are guys. Uh-huh.
Large Tootsie Roll.
Oh.
Mini Hershey's Milk Chocolate.
Uh-huh.
And a full-size Snickers bar.
Oh, so Willitho also got a full-size
Yeah.
Snickers.
No one's gonna go hungry now.
Right?
And musketeers.
Okay,
Especially now that
so,
we have werewolf meat.
right?
Ugh.
Okay, so you guys have faced and conquered your first enemy.
Yay, working.
Now, you had said that you wanted to go right, and that's what brought you into contact with the werewolves.
Mhm.
So you go right, and then you are forced into another right, and then forced into another left. And I'm going to lose my place. Okay, as you are going, it continues out in front of you, or there is a right turn right here that you can take.
Right. Right?
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
So I think you might ought to go back the way you came.
Okay.
Okay, so that's back to the east. Forced turn north, forced east, and then forced north. And then you follow that back around east, and let's just go ahead and say that you are now at the point before you started branching off. So you can now go north, which you know is the beginning of the maze, or you can go south.
South.
Okay. And I'm kind of already sorry I started this whole maze thing. But it was worth an experiment. Remember, I brought it up a couple of times. I wonder if a maze would go well. But it's just, you guys have no way to orient yourselves, you know? I mean, maybe if I could show you, like if you could see the portions of the maze you've already been through, that would help at least, you know? But it's a difficult game mechanic to pull off. Now, you go ahead and you proceed south and you come to a dead end within about 10 steps or so. And as you're thinking, well, great. Oops, wrong spot. Well, great. Now I'm going to have to backtrack. Shh. You hear a strange sound. You're not sure what that is. You look up and you see there's these 2 big bats up above.
Oh dear.
They fly overhead, over your head. They land in front of you, transforming into vampires.
Leslie knew what was coming.
You've got a male vampire
Nice.
and a female vampire. And you guys need a little space between yourselves, okay?
Yeah, his cape is kind of big.
Vampires are very strong, very fast, so therefore very proficient in hand-to-hand combat, okay? They don't have any weapons, but they can move twice as fast as you can, and they will be in your face pummeling before you know it. Their bite can drain half your health in one attack. Now, how do you kill a vampire? Anybody?
Stake through the heart.
Steak, holy water. Oh, no, wait. Does that kill or burn?
I think it
I
just
think
burns.
that burn.
Okay.
If it gets
Sunlight.
burned by sunlight,
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it.
but nobody has.
So what kind of a steak?
Wooden.
Wood and straight through the heart.
Straight through the heart. So, do you guys have anything wood that you can put through their heart?
Only my club.
It's woody, but
It's a
it
club.
won't help.
That it bludgeons, it doesn't stab. What about a wooden arrow? That is wood. Has anybody got
But
a...
that's from a bow and arrow, not a crossbow.
But it's still, it's not just the metal piece of the arrowhead that just pierces.
Yeah, the shaft of it would be wood.
Yeah, the shaft would.
So, also, you can kill them by beheading them, of course. Okay?
You mean like burn to ash?
No, beheading. Off
Cut
with
off
their
the
heads.
heads.
Okay? So, stake through the heart. Sounds like you guys can do that. And you can definitely behead them. So, give me some initiative, everybody. The male vampire acts first. He was a bat just a moment ago, and he lands right about there in front of Gwilwillithel. And as he comes down, he comes down at an angle and does that flip thing, so his land runs at you and grabs you. And picks you up and slams you on the ground. Fortunately, you are half-elf. You are very nimble. He wasn't able to get a great grasp on you. And when you come down, you manage to roll through it, and you only take 4 points of damage, which brings you down to 13 on my screen.
Yeah.
Now the female vampire. She comes flying in. Lands down with one of these roll, and suddenly she's kind of humanoid. Whoops, he was supposed to run at you like that. And you are prone, by the way, because he slammed you down. So yes, you are prone. The female vampire comes flying in, runs at Nogglenoggins, and goes for the same move. He tries to... Now, this is happening simultaneously. Let's say both bats came flying in, both landed at the same time, both of them grabbed you to pick you up and slam you.
Great attack.
So we've got that.
Yeah.
Plus 2 equals that, and we have to beat that, and we did not. So, obviously, Nogglenoggins, maybe she fights like a girl, and didn't quite get a hand on him. He manages to step back. Okay, so she did not grab you, she was not able to slam you. Gwilwillithel, what would you like to do about all of this?
So I'm going to unsheath my blessed scimitar.
Okay.
Shing! And I'm going to swing it at the male vampire to chop his head off.
So yeah, you have to meet the AC. And if you do, I'll give it to you. You took his head off. So, roll me a d20.
19.
Woo! Tell us about what just happened.
So I take my blessed scimitar, I swing it as hard as I can, getting him right here in the neck.
See, it goes, his body goes flump.
No, let her tell it. Let her tell it. It's her story.
So it's so fast that his head flies off and his body is still standing for a minute.
Oh my.
And then his body just goes limp and falls over.
All right, and his head goes just rolling away.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's way over there, but at the end of the table.
You have successfully defeated the male vampire.
How's that for
Ooh.
fighting like a girl?
Yeah.
See, I was hoping you'd use that. Noggle Noggins.
Alright. I'm gonna go move one. I'm gonna use my masterwork longsword to chop off the female.
If you can. If you can. So give me a d20 and let's see what you've got.
14, 15, 16. Oh,
No, you don't need damage. All you needed was that. So it's a 16?
yep.
All right, as I said, vampires are very fast. And she manages to get out of the way before your sword makes a connection. So the female vampire who you failed to behead, she looks over at, let's see, she looks at Gwilwillithel, the one who just beheaded her mate. The undead creature stares into your eyes, and your eyes are locked.
Uh-oh.
You cannot look away no matter how you try. She waves her hand, and you are hypnotized,
Oh,
unable to act. And I'll go ahead and tell you for one turn.
dear. Okay.
Okay? That was her turn. So now Gwilwillithel does not get a turn. It is Noggle Noggins.
Oh, I have enough with this.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm
dear.
gonna use the
Ooh.
masterwork longsword.
Okay.
We're trying real hard to chop off.
To chop off the head again. All right, then give me a d20. Yeah, maybe you should have used the paralysis knife. Huh? All right, that means it is her turn again already. She's already got Gwilwillithel hypnotized for the moment. So she takes her time and walks menacingly over
Oh,
here.
dear.
Sorry about that. To Gwilwillithel. And she is staring you in the eye, into the eyes the entire time. She walks slowly up to you as you stare her in the eyes and can do nothing whatever. She bares her fangs, buries them into your neck,
Oh, dear.
and drains half of your HP. So that brings you down to 5 hit points.
Oh, dear. I'm gonna die.
However, you are now free to move because she did not use her hypnotism again. So if you want to do something, now that you're down to 5 hit points, you are now free to do so.
Well.
Maybe they're just really hungry. Give them a Snickers.
Right?
No!
Yeah, I'm surprised. I gave them all this candy, but neither one of them has tried to eat any yet. Maybe you were raised with the rule you can't eat any candy until you get home and check it. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would,
Well, not check it, but we weren't allowed to eat it till we got home.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll go
Why is
ahead
that
and use
hard?
my healing stone.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold the thing over my neck wound.
Okay. Well, we do know. Let's think of
it's a
Gwil.
zombie.
Let's think about Gwilwillithel's wounds. She got a vampire bite to the neck.
Put my stone back in here.
Oh, I did because I was showing it to him. I'm
Oh.
sorry. So you got a vampire bite to the neck. The gargoyle hit her on the leg, right? I'm not sure if we were specific about any other wounds.
Yeah, so I'm gonna heal the because it's probably still bleeding. So then this
And I
pink
got hit.
sparkles.
And I got hit
Mm-hmm.
by the rhino.
So I heal myself for 5.
5, which brings you up
10.
to 10. All right, Noggle Noggins.
Alright. I'm gonna step back. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna use my short bow.
Good idea.
And try to pierce her through the heart.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell you what. Let's see. The short bow is ordinarily a +3 and a 1d6 damage. Yeah, go ahead and roll it that way. I have a number in my mind. If you hit it, then you hit her in the heart.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, dice. Trust me.
Uh-oh.
What was that?
3.
3.
3 plus what? Plus
Plus
3
3
is 6. Yeah. So that arrow goes sailing past the female vampire, who has still been looking Gwilwillathel's way as she was watching you heal yourself. But as soon as that arrow goes flying by, she looks at you.
Oh dear.
The undead creature stares into your eyes.
No!
And your eyes are locked. You cannot look away no matter how hard you try. She waves her hand at you. And you are now hypnotized, unable to act for 1 turn. Now, that was the female vampire's turn. So, Gwilwillatthel, what have you got?
Alright, so since she's, got her eyes locked on Noggle Noggins over there, I'm going to take my blessed scimitar to her again.
Oh.
To her. And,
Okay.
like,
So, meet the
Maria
AC, and we'll call it over.
4!
Uh-oh.
yeah, plus
It's
4 is 8.
Wow. So, now she's staring at Noggle Noggins. How could she do anything defensive? Okay. As you went... No, you didn't. You're right there. All right. I'm going to give it to you. What happened? Tell us what happened. Because I can't think of a logical reason why she would have missed. Because I've already said the female vampire has her eyes locked on
Yeah.
Noggle Noggins. So she's looking
giving
that
him
way.
that terrified aspect of going after him.
And Gwilwillatthel is standing right next to her, so there's no way she could have missed. So yes.
I don't know.
No, because she's standing right there. Each square is 5 feet. So Gwilwillatthel, tell us how your victory played out.
So again, no, not again. So the amount of force that this scimitar comes across slices through her neck, and her body and her head just fly over.
Ooh.
Okay. That is a dead female vampire. So Gwilwillatthel receives that. Noggle Noggins searches
17.
17, 14, and 9. Oops. 9, 14, and 17. Gwilwillatthel, why don't you tell us what you got?
A small packet of sixlets,
Again.
4 sixlets, and 2 mini crackles.
Oh. So sixlets seem to be pretty popular in this neck of the woods. Huh? See what I did there?
Yeah,
And it's almost a vampire joke.
it is.
All right, Noggle Noggins. You search the male vampire and find...
Small packet of sixlets. Nice. Fun-sized twist. and many Mr. Good.
Okay.
Nice.
Those twigs.
It's a pretty good haul you guys are getting, don't you think? Alrighty. So you guys have faced gargoyles. You have faced
Werewolves.
yeah, werewolves,
And Dracula.
vampires. Yes, and you have faced vampires. So you must now answer the question about south versus east.
Did you want to incorporate the licking the blood off of the weapon?
Oh.
We forgot all about licking the
Oh
blood.
my goodness, yes.
So
Oh.
we will go ahead and just, we forgot about it, so we'll just go ahead and do away with it, because I doubt we'll remember next round either.
They're vampires. They can spare a few.
Right? Let's just say that you guys have been tasting the blood from your blade. Okay? And if you guys remember to do it on the next battle, great. Do it. Okay? And we'll talk about what the blood might taste like for the different creatures. Yeah, I
would
meant
say
to do all of
vampires
that.
Was kind of like juicy.
Well, remember in What We Do in the Shadows, he describes it as foul blood.
Foul.
Foul blood. Yeah. So, continue south or turn to the east? As you are walking along, you hear a shrill, unearthly sound from above. The light that you've been following, the light of the moon, you're not even sure what it is. It's getting brighter.
Oh dear.
And it shines a blinding, bright beam of light onto the ground in front of you. When the beam fades away, I lost my place. When the beam fades away, two creatures, unlike anything you have ever seen before, stand in front of you. With some kind of pistols in their hands.
What lovely sight is it, Tara?
They look at you puzzled. They both lift a hand in the air and make a meep meeping sound that might be a language of some kind. Then they look at each other, then back at you, and they lift their pistols, and a light like you have never seen flashes, and you feel a searing heat all over your bodies.
Whoa.
And you take 6 damage. And you take, hey, what are the odds?
Yeah.
You take 6 damage, which brings Noggle Noggins down to 17, and brings Gwil Willithel down to
15.
15.
Good call on the healing
Healing.
yourselves.
Yeah, that's why I decided to go ahead and bust it out. Because we're running out of time, and I really wanted to do this battle. So, can we take a moment to think about this light?
Oh, maybe it's a UFO.
A UFO.
I mean, it just got brighter, and a beam came down, and now here's these guys speaking this meep meep language to you.
Meep,
Yeah, no, I didn't mean for it to sound like the Roadrunner. All right, so Gwil Willithel, you have just been zapped by a ray gun. Okay, that's a hit.
And 3 down.
Oh my. All right, I'm going to let you have it. That is a dead blue alien. Okay? So, who is going to search which body?
I'll search the orange one.
I'll
All
search
right.
blue.
Well, Gwil Willithel spoke first, so I'm going to do hers first. We got 3, 5, 12 here. Gwil Willithel. There you go. That's what you find on the which alien? Yeah. Oh, the religious pamphlet is written in alien language.
Oh, okay.
You're supposed to tell us what all you got.
Sorry. Religious pamphlet warning of the dangers of Halloween.
Written in an alien language.
Large Tootsie Roll. And fun-sized Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, them Reese's. Man. That's...
Don't eat the paper.
Yeah, don't eat the paper. Alright, there you go, Noggle Noggins. That's what you found on the other alien. Would you hand me those aliens, please?
Small packets of 6-ounce, fun-sized twit. Oh, small packet of Skittles.
Oh, yeah.
Small packet of M&M's and mini crackers.
So you keep on going south, and it eventually forces you to take a left turn to the east. As you round the corner, get in battle mode, please. Battle positions. As you round the corner, you see two mummies.
Oh dear.
Undead protectors of ancient crypts with unnatural strength. By the way, he has a special attack for undead, and that's why I keep pointing out that they are undead, so that he knows it would be a good time to whip that one out. One of these mummies does not have his head covered. The bandages are off of his head. The other one does have bandages on his head. So we've got wrapped head mummy and bare head mummy. So, I need some initiative from everybody. These guys move slow, so as you came around the corner, you and spring into action, Willowfell.
Oh. I'm gonna use my. I'm gonna walk up to this mummy, the bare-headed mummy,
Okay.
and I'm gonna slice him vertically down the middle, cut him in half with my scimitar.
With your scimitar. All right, give me a roll.
19.
Alrighty.
And 6 damage.
And 6 damage. All right. You did some damage. Noggle Noggins.
Is his head kind of like hanging open?
You tried for the vertical thing?
Yeah.
No, we'll say...
It just cut his head a little bit.
No, it didn't connect with the top of his head. You skimmed the front of him.
Oh, okay.
So he's got this long gash that went down the front of his face. And maggots ooze out from where you sliced. And the blade kept on going, and it has split the bandages down the middle, but it was just razor precise. You can't even see a scratch on his chest, but you can see that it is dead, rotting flesh underneath.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry you asked.
It makes it more interesting.
That's right.
Use ghost whip.
All right, finally. Are they close to each other? Yes, they are, but you better step in closer to them.
Yeah,
Like this.
No, like
Yeah,
that.
you're going to hit her if you do that. Yeah, that would be better. That would be better. So, Ghost Whip. Okay, you know you only get to use it once, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you attack with a white ectoplasm Ghost Whip. Now see, it says this right here, and therefore he's rolling against that instead of that. I'm going to have to look that one up again. So no, you did not miss. You hit. Give me a D6. You did already, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
6.
6? Okay, so you did 6 points of damage to both of them. We'll just leave it at that. So let's see. 6 points of damage to each of them brings him to that, and him to that. Alrighty, and that makes it the wrapped head mummy's turn. Where is he? He is right there next to Noggle Noggins. Alright. So you did this whip thing, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as you got done doing it, he charges up to you. He grabs you. He holds you close. The smell of decay is nauseating. He opens his mouth, and a swarm of tarantula spiders comes out of his mouth, spewing out all over you, and then he steps away. They crawl all over you, biting and stinging. What are you doing? Yeah. And they do 5 points of damage to you, which brings you to 18 by my count. And then they scatter and run off into the woods. Okay, so then the bear-headed mummy does not grab Willithel. But he does look down at where you split his bandages open. And he opens his mouth and spews centipedes out all over you. These bugs obviously live in these mummies. He sprays big black centipedes all over you. They crawl all over you, biting and stinging, and do 5 points of damage to you, bringing you down to 10 by my count. Yeah. And as you are getting them all off of you, they scatter and disappear into the woods.
I'm going to need a shower after this.
I know, right? Willithel, it is your turn.
Well, I'm going to back away. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to shoot this mummy, the bear-headed mummy in the head with my arrow.
It's a hell of a creature. It has the body of a mummy and a head of a bear. Never mind.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay.
I got it. I'm still getting over the centipedes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
tarantulas? Yuck.
Thinking of the Lion King there?
5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's a miss. You did it with what?
The crossbow.
Oh, well that was easy, so it just flew right past
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Okay. Noggle noggins. It's time to noggle their noggins, dude.
Okay. 1, 2. I'm gonna use magic missile.
Oh.
Both of them.
Okay, he wants to cast magic missile.
Okay, 1d4 plus 1. 5.
Okay, hang on a second. Okay,
So how
so
does the magic missile work?
what happens?
So, both. Okay, I put my hand out, and then all of a sudden, 2 magic missiles come out, go off my fingertips, and attack both of them.
Okay, are they close enough to hit? Yeah, probably. I'll give it to you this time. So you attack both of them. Give me, let's see, go ahead and give me a 1d4 plus 1 for each of them. Did you already do a 1d4?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you get?
5.
Yeah, I got
5. Okay, so let's see here. We'll say you did 5 damage to the bear-headed mummy. And give me another 1d4 plus 1.
1.
Plus 1 is 2. Alright, so you did 2 damage to the wrapped head mummy. Now, just go ahead and have another turn, guys. Will it though? What would you like to do next?
Well, I'm going to attempt to shoot him in the head again with my heavy crossbow.
Shoot who?
The bear-headed one.
Good choice.
Does rearming the, just out of curiosity, does rearming the crossbow take a full turn?
Yes.
No,
figured.
I don't think it's a full turn. I think it counts. Oh, is it a full
I
turn?
think it is.
It might be. It might be.
18.
I know that's not being applied here. I was just
Right.
curious.
Okay, and what kind of damage did you do?
8.
Okay, that is a dead bear-headed mummy. And when
With
he
an arrow sticking out of his head.
right,
Well,
With a bolt.
it didn't just collapse apart as
Yeah,
you shot
yeah.
it.
yeah,
What
but
if it was
when
What if
he
it was ice?
when he fell over and hit the ground, his chest split open,
Yeah.
and more of those centipedes went running out and disappeared into the forest.
Gross.
Yeah.
And then this one's gonna have a big mouth.
Well, maybe we'll see. What are you going to do to him to make that happen?
Let's see. I'm gonna attack with my last word sword.
Okay.
Roll your damage too.
Yep.
Oops.
15.
16, 17. And then my damage is 4.
Not bad, not bad. So that did some damage to him. And yeah, it's going to have to go ahead and be his turn again. So, let's see. So, oh, and he's standing right next to you too. Okay, and you just attacked with your masterwork longsword. So, after he takes that damage from you, he reaches out and grabs you and throws you. Okay? He throws you over to the side like that. You are prone. And he does 7 damage to you, which brings you down to 11.
Bless you.
Thank you.
But when he grabbed you, he stared into your eyes, and you looked into those eye sockets and the festering face, and it filled you with fear.
Uh-oh.
And then he threw you. And on your next turn, you take -5 on your attack roll.
Oh, dear.
You can still add your modifier, but then you're going to subtract 5. Okay? So, Wesley now has despair,
Oh.
which is going to affect his next roll. You, however, do not, so you can do whatever you like, Will Lilith.
So I moved 6 spaces up to the covered mummy. I'm a
I don't know.
mummy.
It's a song we hear on the radio every year. Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take my masterwork longsword and plunge it into his head.
Oh, my. All right. Make it good.
You're like stabbed in the head and fall down.
Wait, what did I say? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
25.
Oh my! Yeah, that's definitely a hit. How'd you do on damage?
5.
Nish, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. We did all the cool stuff already, so that is a dead mummy.
Look.
All right, well done, everybody. Uh-huh, yep. So, you want to search through their
Oh, yeah.
bandages into their seeping, oozy
I don't think
flesh.
I want to lick the blood off my blade, though.
Yeah. So,
Large Tootsie Roll, fun-sized peanut butter Snickers, and this mini Mr. Goodbar.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, religious
Pamphlet.
warning of the dangers of having
Uh-huh.
small packets of 6-lits of mini crack.
Yep, so that's good. All right. So we're going to leave it at that for the battles. You guys are about to find your way out of the maze. Drew, I'm going to ask you to move over there where you can't see my screen. All right, we're gonna get this over with. You guys only missed out on one battle, and well, 2 battles: zombies and giant skeletons. So, but you know how zombies would have gone. I didn't even make stats for them. You put a knife blade through them, they fall apart. You know. So, you guys wander around a bit more in here. You make a few more decisions, and eventually, you round the corner, and you see a long corridor of trees with bright light at the end. You follow it, and emerge into sunlight again.
Woo!
You have survived the maze of horrors.
Congratulations.
You are at the edge of a clearing, like the one you were in at the beginning of the maze. You aren't looking forward to having to go through that maze again to get home when this is all over, by the way. If you survive. But wait. Shh. You hear something. A rattling, clanking sound. As well as low, growling singing that gets louder as it gets closer to you. 60 men all lost at sea, all of them drunk except for me. 'Twas I who had to face the storm, with nothing in sight to keep me warm. Yo ho yo, and it stops, and there's a traveling merchant pulling a cart. And he's looking at you. Here now, what's the likes of you doing in this place?
We were asked to go on a quest
Uh-huh.
by the townspeople of, was there a name? By some townspeople to
Huh.
fight the evil in the dark woods.
And why are you dressed like that?
Sir.
They gave us these costumes.
Costumes.
Oh, I'll let him talk.
We got these costumes from the townspeople.
That said that they would protect us.
They were
Aye, there'll be plenty of things to be protected from round here. Fighting ain't for me, though. But I got potions and the like if you wants to buy. Trade would be better. What you got in them buckets?
candy. Candy.
Candy?
We have candy that we've collected from these monsters that we've slain.
They're like
Chocolate and some are fruity.
Here for a pamphlet.
Some have peanut butter.
and
So, maybe you should hand him the buckets.
Here's my bucket.
So he looks in them, and then he looks at you warily, and he says, I think that place got to you. This ain't no candy.
Oh,
There's
no.
jewels in there. But I'll buy 'em just the same, whether you call 'em Smarties or candy corn or fun-sized Snickers, whatever that is. Alls I see is rubies and emeralds and all manner of gems.
Ooh.
So he digs through the buckets. If you'd tried to eat them, you would have found that they were hard as rocks, and you would not have been
Oh.
able to eat them.
Oh.
She warned you that you would begin losing your mind in this place. I'll give you 2,000 gold for the lot. Take it or leave it.
Okay.
Okay. So
I don't have much use for jewels anyway. I'm a fighter.
all right, and you subtracted your gold and added your potions.
Mm-hmm.
All right. After your business is transacted, he warns you to leave. This place is evil, and you're headed into the worst of it. That way lie the mist and madness. You should leave this place and find your way home like I'm doing. And then he goes on his way, singing again. 60 men are lost at sea, all of them drunk except for me. It was I who had praised us all. And he disappears into the forest. You take in your surroundings. This field is indeed surrounded by trees like the last one, but at the other side isn't a wall of trees. It's a wall of fog, a thick white mist, like a massive white cloud that envelops the trees past their tops, but so dense that you can't tell if there is trees in there or not. In fact, you can't tell what's in the mist at all. But you hear strange, horrifying sounds, but they're distant and distorted, so you aren't even sure what you're hearing. But hearing it makes your skin crawl. But that's where the path leads, so you follow the path. And we will continue next week. Well done, everybody, all of you. You contributed, Drew. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
glad to have.
And let's never do another maze again.
Yeah. Yeah.